Okay, so I've been putting this one off for ages, waiting for another update, but I guess I should just do it now anyway. Kenshi is, according to the website, a free roaming squad-based RPG focusing on open-ended gameplay features rather than a linear story. It's made by Lo-Fi Games and it's kinda interesting. The concept is good, but it really doesn't make me care about my personal character like any of the other RPGs do. There's a distinct lack of story, which is my main problem with it. You get plonked down into a random town with no name, and you're basically encouraged to be scrolled out of your characters, so you don't really feel connected to the game at all. That really is all I can complain about, so hopefully soon enough it'll be fixed and we won't be able to scroll out so much that it's like an RTS game, and so it's more like an RPG. The actual cool game mechanics are there, and I do like them quite a lot. The lighting engine goes from being spectacular to being really cray-cray dodgy with random polygons disappearing. There isn't really an objective. You can either just stand around and wait to be attacked, killed and have to start over again, or you can just try and start a civilization, be attacked, killed and have to start over again. This isn't a particular problem because it could just be me being stupid. I still enjoyed the game. Okay, so here's a video. This is like the first half an hour of me playing, but I sped it up down to about 9 minutes or so. So basically here I'm just scrolling in to show you that the animations really aren't that good at the moment. It looks like they're sticking their heads up each other's bums, so it's not great. This is how you build. You select an item from your build menu and you just click down when it's green. If it's blue, it means you're too close to another town. If it's red, it means you can't place it there because it's too slopey or whatever. If it's green, you can place it there. So I just made a workbench, which is somewhere that you can research, and inside the half house there. So at the top I have a mine, and that's for mining raw materials. Then underneath that is a stone processor, which the characters will actually automatically take stone from the mine, put it into the processor, and then turn that into building materials. So the preset that I chose for the characters, they already have building materials, but otherwise you need to buy it or get a job and buy them that way. And underneath the processor is a generator, and the processor needs energy, so the generator creates energy and it just magically gets to it. You don't need to do any wiring or anything. Then below that we have a house that I just laid down because workbenches and stuff need to be put inside of a building, and I didn't want to waste any time on the actual building, so I just kind of laid the building down and put a workbench inside of it. Later on, so the workbench, you can click on the tech button and you can choose different things to research. And right now I'm just going back to the city that I spawned in to check if I can find, or just to see if I can find anyone else to hire, because I have. You start up with 1,000 coins with these guys, and you can spend them. So you can spend it's normally £700, and you can get someone to just join up. Well, not pounds, 700 coins, and you can get them to join up and help you in your just generally help you. So that's usually what I do, but I couldn't find one in this case, and all the buildings seem to be empty. So once I've done that, this is a bit frustrating that I found. It took me a while to be able to get back to these guys, even though they were there. I could only get to where ice was, the one that I'd taken to the town, so I couldn't actually go back to see how the others were doing. I made a farm there, and I tried to get the well to go down because you need water for the farm. And I'd chosen to build in a very bad place because there wasn't very much flat land around. So I end up moving the well and putting it up quite high, which is a bit of a trek away for the characters. The farm is basically useless. I just felt like making a farm. You don't need to eat, or you don't need to do any of that stuff. You need to heal once you get attacked. Later on I actually built some training dummies. I'd never done it before because I never saw the point. I just kind of hoped that I wouldn't get attacked by any bandits or anything. But it seemed to work fine for me. So I normally spread out and I have one person researching, but if I have an extra person that I've managed to recruit, I have 2 people researching, because that's one of the more important things. It means you can build new buildings. And then I have 3 people mining normally, and 2 people processing. The processor is actually kind of interesting because there's an efficiency level. So as you can see down on the bottom leftish hand corner, when I select it, it says max efficiency. So in the Wells case it's 100, and current efficiency. So the regular processor has a max efficiency of 70%, and then you can upgrade the processor to 2, which upgrades the efficiency, and your current efficiency is based on who's actually working on it, or how they're working on it, how many people. So I just upgraded the mine here, and I've selected everything into my research, so I don't need to worry about any of that. So my small house research is nearly finished. I'm going to build another small house, and that's where I'm going to put my training dummies. So I found a bit of flat land up here, and you can see I'm constantly clicking on the button on the right over there underneath the time, and that's speed, in case you hadn't noticed. So you can fast forward it. I always do that because it's actually really boring, this game. You kind of sit around and do nothing for a while. I mean, it's good fun, it takes up time, which I guess is what you should be looking for in a game. Yeah. So now I'm placing the training dummies. I actually go and get everyone to start building them. And you can see, I didn't notice at this stage, but we've actually got visitors in the top left hand corner there. The pathfinding and AI of this game isn't particularly great. I've had many times where I've tried to get a guy to go inside of a building in a city, and he just kind of runs into the wall and keeps running into the wall. It's not a massive problem because you just have to repath them yourself, but yeah. So with the house, I actually have to build the house because I can't find the place to click on when I've to build the dummies. So you normally don't need to worry about that. So here I've got everyone working on one dummy at a time, and then I progressively, as I go around, I get one person to start training while I get everyone else to build, and then the third one I build, I get everyone to build that, apart from the two new ones that are training, and constantly like that. So this actually upgrades their skills in fighting. You can see bottom left hand corner, when I have a person selected, it shows me what their stats are. So you can see attack and defense. I'm not sure how you upgrade defense, but there's attack skill there. So for whoever this is, for old soldiers is better, has a better attack skill because he's a soldier, and the other characters have slightly lower ones, and some of them have negative ones, which I don't know how that works.